What's going on, guys? It is your boy Joel TFD here. Welcome back and again with a brand new review for you guys today. Today we are doing the Fantastic Four First Steps movie review, and wow, okay, just wow. This movie was so freaking great, yo. It really was, honestly, and I cannot wait to talk about it with you guys. Before we head straight into this review though, just want to say really quickly, definitely hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. It will really mean a lot if you guys come and reach that goal, but we're also very close to hitting 950 subscribers. So if you're new and haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. Anywho, let's get straight into this Fantastic Four First Steps review. Whew. First, let me move this over there. I am telling you right now, this movie was so great, man. It really was. It definitely is like the best Marvel movie in a while, I will say. Thunderbolts was amazing, don't get me wrong, but I do think this movie is better than Thunderbolts 100%. But wow, it was amazing, honestly. I really love the pacing of this film, honestly, and I really love the action in this film, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and just the whole plot in general, you know. I really loved it. I loved every single character in this film, honestly. They all portrayed their own characters very well, you know, and I loved it. I generally did. I will be heading to the spoiler territory actually right now, so just in case if you guys haven't watched it yet, definitely watch that before continuing this, or if you guys just feeling risky, you know, you guys can continue to watch this, you know. I'm heading to the spoiler territory right now, so I'm letting you guys know right now. Yeah. First things first, I gotta say, man, just the whole thing, honestly, with their kid, you know, I thought it was actually really crazy, honestly. I did feel like tense, honestly, especially when they were in, when they went to go visit Galactus. I thought that was freaking crazy, honestly. I was like, oh shoot, like shit's about to go down, you know, and that whole like thing honestly was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. And like them kind of having Franklin as the bait, honestly, for Galactus and everything definitely was crazy, I will say. This movie definitely made me go on the edge of my seat a lot, honestly, when it comes to like how tense it was, you know. I actually really did like it, honestly. I love the action too in this film, but I will be completely honest with you guys, just because maybe it definitely is a me problem, I would say, because I am a sucker for destruction, and don't get me wrong, this movie had some destruction, but I feel like they definitely, like, Galactus was amazing, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why, for me personally, like, I'm thinking Galactus is gonna, like, freaking wipe out the city, you know, but for some weird reason, I don't know why, honestly, this is definitely a me problem, and I was kind of a little bit, just a little tiny bit, you know, underwhelmed of the destruction that Galactus could have made, honestly, in my personal opinion, you know, because, you know, he's just like, he's a badass, don't get me wrong, alright? He is a complete badass. I love the character, honestly. I loved everything that he was in this film, honestly. I couldn't ask for any more, honestly. Well, kind of, but just, you know what I mean? It's just more like, I wish that, like, he really just, like, kind of, like, pushed everything, you know, and kind of, like, showed a little bit more, if that makes sense, to his destructiveness, if that makes sense, you know. And I feel like him being a whole giant and everything kind of, I don't know, again, just for me personally, like, I just felt like it wasn't enough destruction in my personal opinion, and that's definitely a me thing, honestly. So I honestly, if you guys want to flame me for that, go ahead, but that's just my personal opinion when it comes to like my image of Galactus in some type of way, you know. I think I do set type of expectations when it comes to destruction, you know, so it does kind of suck, I will admit. It does suck that, like, I kind of have these expectations, you know, for it, but I can't really do, like, I can do something about it, but at the same time, I just, like, I can't help it, you know. But other than that, though, like, this movie was good, honestly. The person, Ralph, I think that's his name, that played Galactus, wow, bro, like, it was crazy, yo. Every time he spoke, I was like, damn, bro. Every time he, like, his eyes would glow, I was like, yes, so, bro, oh my gosh, man. It really was crazy, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. And I loved every single scene that Galactus was in. Silver Surfer, also, she could get it. She is fine, bro. She is fine. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Nah, Silver Surfer though, I actually really liked her character too. I really liked the little arc that she had, you know, especially like at the end when Johnny was gonna sacrifice himself to push Galactus, you know, but then she pushed Johnny away and just pushed him instead, you know. It was actually pretty crazy to see that, honestly, and I hope that the Silver Surfer does come back, honestly, because she's fine, you know, but also because like I feel like she definitely needs to be a bigger part, honestly, when it comes to Doomsday and Secret Wars, at least in my personal opinion. I hope that she does come back. The Fantastic Four, I freaking love them. All these characters, they portrayed their characters so well, honestly, and that's the most important part, you know. Johnny, another character, I really loved him. I love Reed, honestly. I love Sue, honestly. It was kind of crazy, honestly, that Sue died, you know, and then Franklin revived her, honestly. It was actually pretty cool just seeing kind of Franklin, like, kind of stop crying, you know, and, like, you could see, like, him kind of putting his hands, like, on top of her chest, you know, and everything, and just kind of making her breathe, and you can kind of see the hand twitch, you know. I already can tell that people are gonna make memes about that, like the what I've done. I can already see those memes. Now, honestly though, I really did like that film a lot. The post-credit scene, I liked it. I think it did kind of underwhelm me just a little tiny bit, also because I think I was expecting a little bit too much, you know, for the post-credit scenes, because I was like hearing that like Anthony and Joe Russo is the one that directed it, you know, in some type of way, and I was thinking we were gonna get not obviously like the same type of level that Thunderbolts did, you know, with the whole 3-minute post-credit scene, you know. I was just expecting a little bit tiny more, honestly, for the post-credit scene. So I think that's another thing too that I was kind of underwhelmed about, but I don't really want to count that, honestly, when it comes to like the scoring of this film, just because it's supposed to hype you up, you know, like, and it did that. It generally did that, alright. Because all we saw was the freaking mask, and then you know, like Doom's mask, and then the freaking hood, you know. We didn't see who was behind it. Obviously it's Robert Downey Jr., you know, but it was just crazy just to like see that, you know, and Sue just like kind of like being cautious about it, you know, and Franklin being like 5 years old already, which is crazy. Or 4, would it be 4? Yeah, 4. Couldn't math. I don't know why. But again, just this film in general was freaking amazing, honestly. And then like the whole end credit scene, you know, with the animation, I was kind of like, okay, you know, you don't have to really stay all the way to the end, you know. But it was just like a little gimmick in some type of way, you know, with the animation show and everything. So yeah, I'm happy though, you know, in a way that like Marvel isn't really doing like 2 post-credit scenes to like kind of develop something in the future, you know. I feel like they're only focusing on one because there's only so much projects they're releasing, you know, when it comes to like movies. Because right now, so far, we only have like 3 confirmed movies, which is Doomsday, Secret Wars, and also Spider-Man. So yeah, have no idea, honestly. But again, this movie was freaking amazing, honestly, and I cannot wait to see what's gonna come up for the future with Marvel, honestly. Obviously, we have Eyes of Wakanda, which is coming out literally this week, actually, August 1st. Yeah, it's a 4-part series, honestly, so I'm gonna do my first episode review and then my last episode review, and yeah. Pretty much. And then we have Wonder Man in the end of the year, and then we also have Marvel Zombies, and I'm pretty sure there's one more thing, and I just can't remember what it was, honestly. I just know that we have a whole bunch of like Marvel content still. So yeah, I'm very, 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 very excited to see what's gonna happen in the future, you know. But what is my rating for this film? Now, I will let you guys know right now, actually, that it is kind of tough. I'm still debating of which one is like 2 or first, honestly, when it comes to Superman and Ballerina, because if you guys don't know, I actually gave them the same ranking. I'm pretty sure I gave both of them a 9.5. With Fantastic Four, I will say I'm gonna give it like a 9.2 out of 10, alright? Because it's definitely top 3 for me personally. But I guess in a way, you know, I still think Superman and Ballerina is a little bit better than Fantastic Four. And I think, and again, this is just my personal preference because of like how, it's gonna suck that I'm saying this, honestly, it really doesn't. I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but honestly, it's just my personal opinion. I just was so like, not unsatisfied, but I was just kind of like underwhelmed about the destruction that Galactus could have made, you know, like, I don't know, it's just my personal opinion. Like, I'm all thinking, like, if I'm gonna just go with intrusive thoughts, you know, like, Galactus, like, they talk about how he's like this like world devourer, you know, like he can cause some real mayhem and some real destruction, you know, but like as soon as he landed on Earth, you know, and everything, like obviously he's a giant, he's gonna be a little slower and everything, but like I just felt like there could have been so much more destruction, you know, and that's why I'm kind of underwhelmed about that. But it's still a good freaking movie regardless of that, you know, so that's why I'm putting it in the 9.2. So it's definitely top 3 for me personally, but again, I think that's just what kind of not makes it a 9.5. If there was more destruction in it, in my personal opinion, it would have definitely been a 9.5, and then I would have had a real challenge with picking what movie is number 1 for me personally. But it is top 3 movie for me, and it is a 9.2 out of 10 movie. Before I end this review, I'm just gonna say right now really quickly that I'm Dante because I was going through my Instagram stories. He took the words right out of my mouth, honestly. This movie was nothing crazy, like amazing, you know, but it was actually really like, it was still a good film, honestly, and I think that's why I gave it such like this type of rating, honestly, in my personal opinion, and why I think it's top 3 and not better than Superman or Ballerina, you know. That's just my personal opinion though. That is my review for the Fantastic Four First Steps. If you guys did enjoy this review, definitely hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Yeah, it's crazy. What would you guys rate this, honestly, and what is your ranking? Like, what's your favorite top 3 movies of the year so far? I would actually like to know what you guys think. Anywho, hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, definitely hit that button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out, guys, too. Enjoy every day, make every day an awesome day. Everyone, stay positive and be positive. You guys already know to have a positive mindset. Peace.